Good morning, everyone. Thank you, John, for your introduction. It's a great pleasure and honor to follow you on this stage, someone who has done so much to get us where we are today with Hinkley Point C. And I'd like also to thank Dominique Minière and to wish him every success in his new responsibilities at EDF Group. He is a dedicated citizen of EDF Group, doing so much over the years to build links between our British and French nuclear fleets. And it is a real privilege for me to address this SFEN conference. Turning to my subject today, Hinkley Point C. It can be easy to forget how far we have come. Short-term challenges can sometimes feel all-encompassing. But since 2003, when new nuclear in the UK was not on the agenda at all, there has been tireless work to turn this round, including from you, John. Now, more than a decade later, our plans for Hinkley Point C are leading the UK's nuclear renaissance and is eagerly watched by many European countries which are striving for safe, competitive and financeable nuclear. Today I will explain how. Being the first in UK in a number of new nuclear plants is a hugely exciting adventure. One with some significant challenges, but one that is worth the effort. I want to remind you how far we have already come, how we are setting the project up for success and learning the lessons from other projects, how we are paving the way for others, and how we are getting ready to deliver. Our goal is to deliver the UK's first nuclear power station in a generation. Hinkley Point C will deliver low-carbon, secure, affordable electricity for around 5 million UK homes. It will be the first of a new nuclear renaissance, which includes in the UK our plans for Sizewell, and bring new impetus to the industry in Europe. It's easy to say, but not always easy to imagine how huge this project is. Our plans are already boosting our industrial stamina both in the UK and in France. At Hinkley Point C, we are making a positive choice to develop a competitive nuclear industry with international collaboration based on a core Franco-British partnership, supported by Chinese experience and ambition. It trains our sights on the global opportunity in developing markets. It affirms our international competitiveness. It's why we have chosen to partner with Chinese companies and why they have chosen to join us. Other countries are looking to us in the UK, and they include Poland and Republic Czech, just to mention big European countries. They are exploring how investment in safe, competitive and financeable nuclear can provide secure and reliable power whilst contributing to climate change goals. We at EDF Energy are proud to be already the low-carbon electricity company in Britain, just as EDF is proud to be the low-carbon electricity company in Europe. We have this position through our nuclear fleet, and we intend to keep it through new nuclear built in the UK. Climate change is back up the policy agenda, and now it's very clear, ahead of COP21. But it has never budged from my priorities over the last 10 years. It was actually my motivation then for driving forward new nuclear, and still is. Because I believe passionately that nuclear is part, as it has been said, is part of the solution to how to generate electricity without costing the earth. And because nuclear, being a large capacity baseload, low carbon electricity generator, gives us a competitive advantage. With our plans for new nuclear in the UK, we have a unique opportunity to demonstrate it to a global audience. The argument is accepted already in the UK. Politicians and the public believe nuclear has an important part to play for our low-carbon future. But it is a journey that has taken over a decade. In 2003, the UK government had almost abandoned new nuclear build. But after years of debate, nuclear, since 2008, started to be seen as a key part of a diverse energy mix and is still seen in that way. There were three key issues in that long debate in which we took an important and active part: security of supply, climate change, and affordability. In 2006, security of supply became front of mind because of the crisis at that time of the gas supplies via the Ukraine, a situation so familiar to us all today. In the same year, on climate change, Nick Stern's report made the economic case for strong early action. And the impact of these issues, security of supply and climate change, highlighted the pressures on customers' bills. Since a decisive shift at the end of the last decade, steady progress has reversed the political and public opinion on new nuclear. It has taken steady determination and commitment from politicians and from us in a partnership built step by step. Over several years, there was a shift in position from both main political parties, Labour and the Conservatives. On our side, we worked to show we were committed and we were getting ready for the next generation of nuclear power stations. EDF took over the UK's nuclear operator British Energy in 2009. It showed the importance of Franco-British industrial and energy cooperation. That same year, we announced our plans for Hinkley. The coalition agreement in 2010 reflected the pro-nuclear consensus, but then came the impact of the events at Fukushima in 2011. I'm proud. The debate about it in the UK was measured and responsible. Support for nuclear remained. The national policy statement for nuclear was passed in 2011. Just 1 month after Fukushima, the government also legislated to put in place a carbon price floor to encourage investment in low-carbon electricity generation, and in particular in nuclear. UK was the first country in the world to introduce a carbon price. And the Energy Act was passed in 2013. It fundamentally reformed the electricity market to create a framework to support low-carbon investment. The Liberal Democrats reversed their opposition to nuclear built in 2013. So all the three main parties are in favor. And throughout this period of growing political resolve, we, EDF, matched this commitment by developing our project. In 2012, the ONR awarded us the nuclear site license for Hinkley and the generic design assessment for the EPR. Hinkley was the first nationally significant infrastructure project of this scale to go through the year-long examination by the Planning Inspectorate. And in March 2013, we received the permis de construire from the Secretary of State. And then in October that same year, we reached our landmark agreement with the UK government on the key terms of the proposed contract for difference. These include the strike price of £92.5 per megawatt hour in 2012 prices, a 35-year contract, and protections against political risks and curtailment. And in an innovative way, the framework for funding the costs of decommissioning and waste disposal is included upfront. In addition, Hinkley secured eligibility for the Infrastructure UK guarantee for the depth of the project. A year later, the European Commission gave stated approval for both the contract for difference and for the Infrastructure UK guarantee. These 12 months examination was rigorous. At the outset, every aspect of the electricity market reform, contract for difference, and the specifics of the Hinkley policy were questioned, challenged. Together with the UK government, we presented the case, supported by a huge effort from across the industry and the support of many European countries. And in the end, it secured the stated approvals. The Commission endorsed all of the key elements of the agreements made between EDF and the UK government. It also enhanced the measures that were built already in the contract to share potential future benefits with customers. You can see we have come a long way already. We have overcome many challenges, and we are setting the project up for success. We have always understood that restarting the process of nuclear new build after a long pause is a challenge. Yes, there are issues facing at the moment building the EPRs in France and in Finland. But the challenges we see at the moment in Flamanville, for instance, are not specific to the EPR design or its operability. For Hinkley Point C, the lessons from other projects are clear and have been learned. Above all, the need for a robust and stable design from the start, allowing more confidence in project timescales and cost estimates. We know our plans must stand up the toughest scrutiny. So we are taking steps to minimize project risks. We are setting up engineering and delivery command centers to improve project management and coordination. We are involving our main contractors early and embedding them within the command centers and the project teams. We have spent more than 4.7 million hours of engineering time to finalize the reference design for the UK EPR. This includes building 4D digital models of the plant. And we have constructed a sample section of the site, on the site, to allow us to test our delivery teams and concrete pouring to nuclear's unique quality standards. We have begun site preparation works so that we fully understand every aspect of the site before we start. And we are not doing this alone. We have a new approach with our partners, with all our partners. For our supply chain partners, this will ensure that they can use their experience of Hinkley Point C to compete globally. Last year, we estimated that 57% of the project construction value could be delivered in the UK, supported by a core Franco-British supply chain. We now believe that we can exceed this target. We have also designed new collective, innovative, holistic agreements with our trade unions partners so that all those working on the site feel fully part of one project, one team. We also understand very well that the relationship with our regulators is crucial. We have engaged early with the Office for Nuclear Regulation and Environment Agency. Quality standards are rightly higher than ever. Learning from our experience in the UK nuclear existing plants as the UK nuclear operator, we know how important it is to work constructively, extensively, and timely with the regulator. And we have in the UK a strong, independent, credible nuclear safety authority. For component manufacturing, construction methods, and evidencing, us and our suppliers have been able and will be able to demonstrate our excellence to our regulator. The difficulties experienced at Flamanville, the first of a kind in France after a 15-year pause without construction experience, should not happen again. And as one team on Hinkley Point C, EDF and Areva are both committed to go even further to improve our industrial efficiency. It will be crucially the case within the Engineering Common Center established in Montrouge, in which EDF and Areva will have a massive opportunity to increase operational efficiency in engineering. This will be also the case for the Delivery Common Center based in Bristol, close to the site. Believe me, we are making the best use of the time till final investment decision to be ready and to focus on having a stable design so that when we start, we don't have to stop. So we have confidence that the cost estimates and timescale for our projects are well funded. Together with our partners, including Areva, we are all taking responsibility for delivery. More generally, Hinkley Point C will develop a cluster of nuclear expertise between France and the UK. It will also pave the way for other projects, and in the first place, for Sizewell, where 2 other EPRs are planned, benefiting from the series effect. But it is also paving the way for other developers. In the UK, they still have a long way to go. Yes, we have been the first to gain planning consent, to get contract for difference in a reformed electricity market, and to secure state approval, state aid approval. This has demonstrated the UK's nuclear renaissance to international investors, like precisely Hitachi for Horizon and Toshiba for NewGen. But their projects in the UK are a good 4 or 5 years behind us. We know that Hinkley Point C and subsequent projects will inspire a generation of people. And our project is already doing this. More than 1,000 apprentices will be engaged during Hinkley's construction. We need to attract people to our industry so that collectively we will have the best team and one where everyone can reach their full potential. I have been thrilled to meet recently apprentices all around EDF Energy who are excited by the prospect of a career, a long career, in the UK thriving nuclear industry. We are attracting the brightest and best from all around the world. When I've been speaking to young people on our graduate scheme recently, it has been humbling to learn that they have come from countries including China, India, Thailand, Malaysia, Bulgaria, Italy, and have chosen us for their career. They want to be part of Europe's largest construction project. And so do people living locally to Hinkley C. We are working hard to build the skills we need, investing in Bridgewater College towards an energy skills centers and a construction skills centers. It is indeed very important that we continue to support all the training needs for Hinkley C, so that the project now and in the future is set up for success with the best possible team. It has been a huge effort team. It has been a huge team effort to get us to this point. Now, the prospect of financial close through our final investment decision is nearing. It will happen as soon as possible. I was delighted that the UK Prime Minister told the CBI conference in November last year that, I quote David Cameron, "I am very, very proud that Hinkley C is going ahead." And over the years, every step along the way in the UK would not have been possible without the support of the French government as well. The French government has repeatedly affirmed its commitment. Sure, since I arrived in the UK 13 years ago, there have been 3 presidents in France, 3 UK prime ministers, 7 secretaries of state covering energy, including John Hutton, and 10 different energy ministers. The people at the top of government have changed. Debates have taken place, as they should in a democracy. But the commitment to nuclear is strong on both sides of the channel. We have been working hard and are still working hard with the coalition government in the UK to deliver. And we know that whatever the result of the general election, the UK will deliver. So we are working at the moment with the government to finalize all agreements in the coming weeks to allow a final investment decision as soon as possible. And at the same time, we are progressing negotiations with our Chinese partners. The Chinese government commitment to new nuclear in the UK has been confirmed at every occasion, including the recent visit of the French Prime Minister to China at the end of January. Our negotiations with the Chinese joint venture led by CGN with the support of CNNC are progressing as expected, given the scale and complexity. We are building on 30 years of cooperation between EDF and our Chinese partners' companies, including on the 2 new EPRs reactors built in Taishan. Over this time, we have helped China to learn, so that it is now a country that is building almost 1 new nuclear power station a month. We are bringing together this history of partnership, 30 years, with the Franco-British expertise and the UK historic business relationships with China. I strongly believe in the strength of this triangle, Paris, London, Beijing. We have chosen them, the Chinese, to develop future partnerships, as they have chosen us as their base for developing abroad. Of course, we are talking to other potential equity investors, favoring particularly those from countries with their own plans for new nuclear. If we involve more investors and countries in our projects, there will be a surge of possibilities for the UK and French companies. To conclude, we are leading the UK's nuclear renaissance. It is an industrial adventure. It is an extraordinary collective human adventure, one that EDF relish, one that our industrial partners relish as well. It is challenging to be the first, but worth doing. We have worked over 10 years to get where we are today. Our efforts have changed how people see nuclear's potential. I have been humbled by the determination, the focus, and the quality of the people that I'm proud to work with. It is a team working together to set up for success. In the UK, in the rest of Europe, and globally. It is a team which is ready to deliver. Thank you.